What if I told you that success has almost nothing to do with luck, or even working harder? Well, today, we're unpacking the psychology tricks that truly successful people use to get ahead. And trust me, they are not what you think. What if that gap between you and the people you admire has nothing to do with talent and everything to do with just a few simple, powerful shifts in how you think? We're all told this myth, right? That success is all about pure effort, just grinding it out. But the most successful people, they're not just pushing that boulder uphill. Nope. This right here, this is the secret sauce. They use specific mental shortcuts to totally rewire their habits, reframe their challenges, and basically find the straightest, fastest path from an idea to a finished goal. And this is the incredible part. These aren't just some abstract theories. These are real, practical tools that can reprogram your mind so it automatically starts moving towards your goals, not away from them. And you are definitely going to want to stick around because the last trick we're going to cover is the one that pulls everything together. It's a favorite among the world's absolute top performers. So, where do we even start? Well, it all begins right inside your own head with the internal story you tell yourself. Okay, look closely at this because the difference here is subtle, but it is huge. Unsuccessful people say, I want to be successful. It's a wish, it's passive. But successful people, they say, I am the kind of person who succeeds. You hear that? It's a declaration. It's not about trying to wake up early. It's deciding I am an early riser. And this is exactly why it works. Your brain absolutely hates being a hypocrite. It can't stand that feeling of inconsistency. So when you declare, I am a disciplined person, and then you go to do something undisciplined, your brain feels that conflict. And it will literally work overtime to push you back in line with that new identity. It's a hack that turns your own brain into your biggest ally. Okay, so knowing who you are is step one. But step two is the biggie. How do you turn that identity into consistent action, especially on those days when you just don't feel like it? This one is one of my favorites because it's just so simple and powerful. The moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, you've got about 5 seconds before your brain kills the idea with doubt. This countdown short circuits that whole process. You just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. It's a physical trigger that gets you from thinking to doing before your brain can talk you out of it. Our brains are wired for instant gratification. Future you feels like some stranger we don't have to worry about yet. But successful people, they figured out how to close that gap. They don't just logically know they'll regret eating that junk food. They vividly feel the future sluggishness, the disappointment, right here in the present moment. And when you feel the future consequence now, the right decision becomes the easy one. Okay, so we've covered identity and we've covered action. Now let's talk about a force that is often way more powerful than your willpower, your actual surroundings. This is so crucial. Stop trying to power through a bad environment. Motivation is fickle, it comes and goes, but a well-designed environment, that thing works for you 24/7. High achievers don't have more willpower than you. They just build smarter systems around them. And here's exactly how you do it. You don't fight the urge to check your phone. You put your phone in another room. You make the good choices super obvious and easy, like having a bowl of fruit right there on the counter. And you make the bad choices inconvenient, like burying the junk food in the back of the pantry. You're literally designing your life for success. And this leads right into the next rule. The biggest barrier to any new habit is just the energy it takes to start. So you have to make that first step ridiculously easy. Want to hit the gym in the morning? Sleep in your gym clothes. The goal is to lower the effort so much that you just can't say no. This brings us to the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle. How do you keep going when things get tough? How do you build that resilience that defines every single successful person? This mental shift is an absolute game changer. When you stop seeing failure as an endpoint and start seeing it as just data, as valuable feedback, the fear just vanishes. A failed project isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just a lesson on how to do it better the next time. This reframe lets you take bigger risks and learn way faster. All right, this is what we've been building up to. The one principle that the best of the best use to create a self-reinforcing cycle of achievement. Here it is, the confidence loop. See, most people have this completely backwards. They wait to feel confident before they take action. But that's not how it works. Confidence is a result, not a requirement. It starts with step one. You take a small action, even if you feel unconfident. That action leads to step 2, a small win, some real proof. That little win builds step 3, a spark of genuine confidence, which then fuels step 4, a bigger, bolder action. And the cycle just repeats and grows. This is how real momentum is born. And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. Stop waiting to feel ready. You're never gonna find readiness. You build it, one small, unconfident action at a time. So, let's put this all together. What's the key takeaway from this whole thing? At the end of the day, success isn't some secret club you have to be born into. It's not about being lucky. It's just a set of psychological patterns that anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn. It's about making your brain work for you, not against you. I'm really curious to hear from you. Which one of these tricks kind of blew your mind? Was it the identity shift, the confidence loop, something else? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if this explainer gave you a new way to think about success, do us a favor and hit that like button, share your answer below, and definitely subscribe for more deep dives just like this one. Because every small action you take today, based on what you've just learned, is a gift to the person you're becoming. Thanks for watching.